Do it manually. Hey, welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is the Star Trek New Horizons mod for Stellaris. We are going to continue our campaign, which I did go in and resave over last night. We didn't lose any progress because I was smart enough to switch over to monthly autosaves rather than annual or semi-annual or quarterly annual autosaves. We were integrating some people. I'm trying to remember what I was doing. So we were buffing up our fleets. Right, that's what I was doing. I'm using minerals to top off our fleets because our fleet cap just got raised up. Yeah. And then I'm doing all the normal maintenance stuff that this game requires. Dope. I'm just gonna pop in here real quick. Click this button and listen to myself talk. Fuck, I'm drinking. Dope. I'm just gonna pop it. Alright, yeah, I sound fine, I look fine, and the lag isn't that bad. We on pause, I guess? There's nothing pressing going on. Oh yeah, we're rendezvousing most of our fleets up near the Noonan system in Shea to come take on these pirates. No, probably one group or two groups should have been able to take on the pirates, but I don't want to lose any ships. But they're fucking expensive. Incense Sense, new startup. Yeah, you know, most incense is most cheap incense and good incense is produced internationally, is imported to the United States.
Construction complete.
It's really kind of remarkable thinking about the substances, like certain kinds of incense, that have been in active or semi-active use in human civilizations for thousands and thousands of years. It's pretty cool. It's a really neat way to connect people across centuries and even millennia. And I am a huge fan of that. No army damage, population growth speed, that, and educational reforms. It's the same sort of allure to people trying to remake ancient Egyptian style beer or wine from the ancient Mediterranean or old cities that were in the Fertile Crescent. I was gonna say Crescent Kirtle. No, Fertile Crescent in that area. Food culture is pretty dang important. I mean, incense isn't food. Should probably not eat it, but it's same wheelhouse, sorta. That it was traded along with foods and spices all over the place. Incense tastes terrible, so it's still, given how much we eat, you know, someone at some point in time probably tried eating some. Yeah, ancient food recipes are notoriously hard to follow because units of measure have shifted slightly over time. But more than that, it's not just that the units of measurement have changed over time, it's that some are really arbitrary and aren't super clear on like what exactly they mean or what exactly they're calling for. Even if something explicitly calls for a certain fruit, what that fruit looks like or vegetable looks like 2 centuries later, 3 centuries later, or a millennia later, changes pretty rapidly. The domestication of various fruits, vegetables, spices, and herbs have not just changed how they look physically, but also how they taste, their nutritional value. It's kind of amazing the things we take for granted as being timeless that are very much not so. Burdette 1. Alright, Burdette is arid. Did we just get a new species native to arid planets? Yeah, Kellis' species. Cation Savannah, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and go in here, gonna colonize this from the so-called Kellis planets. Kellis Prime. Grab you. Ooh. I like this. Yeah. It's a pretty big mineral deposit. Alright, so our fleets are off doing their own thing. Construction ships. Yeah, this is what I wanted to remember. This is what to call back. The second fleet was about to go down into Omarock and wipe out these drones? Pirates? Pirates. Wipe out these pirates so that we can survey Omarock and plop down a new outpost.
Colony founded.
Yeah, using parts in recipes or using ratios in recipes is a really good way to try to keep things more timeless, but it still doesn't always work. Probably the worst thing you can do when you're making a recipe is say add blank to taste, because if the person making it doesn't know what the fuck it's supposed to taste like, how the hell are they supposed to get that right? Cooking has always been, you know, a science, chemistry, but it hasn't always been widely treated with the deference that it's given today in some circles. I would absolutely love to... It's supposed to taste like good. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, good is arbitrary. Because people's tastes change over time. Cultures, opinions of what makes good food and bad food vary. Depending on your taste buds, depending on your genetic profile, certain foods can taste wonderful or terrible, or like soap, for example. So even something that used to taste good, even if you make it the exact right way, the people who had the sensibilities that made it good in the cultural context that made that taste good might not taste good anymore, not by current standards. Even if it tastes exactly the same way, even if the chemical makeup is exactly the same, still could be different. Oh right, we have Zinkethi now. I'm pretty excited about having some Zinkethi. Where the fuck are you boys, though? Alex, there's a smart way to do this. Zinkethi is colonizable. 60%. Hell yeah. They're on Struve. I never would have found the Zinkethi here. Holy shit. Good thing I looked it up. So Trevano needs to be added to the sector as well. Okay, that's too small. I don't want to manage that. So really right now I should be tracking the second fleet that's going in. So the third and sixth fleet still need reinforcing. Well, food from the 1950s in America tastes bad because it's always been bad. I don't even think it was good in the 50s. Food in the 40s, or late 40s, early 50s is terrible because the people forgot how to cook. Our culinary culture in the United States took a significant hit during the Great Depression, and it probably did overseas as well in other countries, that people were just living off of very basic staple foods. And then once they started having enough money and affluence to get access to either new inventions like Jell-O, or, you know, when Jell-O was invented, they wanted to stick it on fucking everything and stick everything in Jell-O, or new fruits being imported that weren't imported before, or new methods of transportation like airplanes, and the popularization of automobiles making things like pineapple available to people living in the Midwest or East Coast. Yeah, people didn't know how to cook with this new stuff, so they just tried experimenting, and some of the experiments were real bad. Real bad. An unusually deliberate geometric configuration of minerals drifts through the debris belt by 14S413 and is possibly of alien origin.
Survey complete.
Boom! Pirate station raided. How we doing?
Technology
Doing
discovered.
fine from the look of it. How did that go? Wow.
Engaging enemy fleet.
They had 164% efficiency, whereas we only had 125% efficiency. What were you using that was so good? Autocannons. Yeah, they fucking destroy our shields. Okay. Master Situation Monitor, I don't care about that at all. This could be good. Commercial Nexus probably would give us more science, which would be good. Naval Capacity I don't care about. Holographic Hospital, let's go for Commercial Nexus. Being able to trade goods freely from numerous worlds sounds easy on paper, until you understand that each good has specific markets and tariffs that must be arranged. Finding an amicable solution will allow our traders to prosper substantially. I mean, and it's remarkable how subjective taste is. If you think about different cultures, like the weird things that Americans can find tasty that others can't, or all those old cliches about going to a foreign country and eating like a monkey's brain. Shit, man, it might be good, but also talking about French cuisine is the epitome of culture from the guise or the lens of the classic American way of thinking about things. I don't really think foie gras is appetizing in the least, or escargot. Like, you talk about escargot like it's fancy, or foie gras like it's fantastic, but God forbid you eat haggis, or monkey brain, or chicken feet. So real weird value judgments there. The mineral construct is, for a lack of better room, or for a lack of a better term, not a letter term, a better term, a room, made out of the same materials, common use in the United Federation of Planets. A construct is a hollow isodecahedron? Icosahedron? I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. Resonance scans indicate it's mostly hollow and was likely inhabited at some point of time. Unlike its pristine exterior, the interior is in complete disarray, possibly the result of an intentional act of sabotage. Theos Chimgliv reports that it makes it difficult to learn anything of value from the construct's insides, but stresses the engineering team involved is creating the outer shell. In creating the outer shell, eminently capable of withstanding the stresses of deep space, must have been tremendously advanced. Wow, I don't know why I had such a hard time reading this. But my brain was not parsing that. Yeah, foie gras might be delicious, but it's not even the cruelty involved, which is abhorrent
Survey complete.
and kind of perverse. Perverse is probably a better word. It just, the idea disgusts me. Like, liver is gross to me in the same way. So the Cardassian unit and the Breen have formed a defensive pact. Gross. The Romulans and the Husnak have entered a defensive pact. Well, at least it's getting interesting. It's terrifying, but it's getting interesting. Are we building those last 3 starbases? I believe I am, right? Around black holes? Yep, looks like it. Yeah, it's sweet, sweet physics. Foie gras, such a weird invention. Who... I mean, I guess it's not that weird of an invention, just the idea that I'm gonna take this animal, feed it until its liver is literally about to burst, and then eat its liver. Like, that is... I was joking about Hansel and Gretel earlier tonight with Cora. That's some very Hansel and Gretel type stuff. Instead of feeding kids a bunch of candy, you're feeding geese a bunch of isn't it normally like grapes, wine, fruit, like that?
Founded. Technology discovered.
Alright, better power plants. This is gonna take some time to go through. Exocomps. An exocomp consists of a micro-replicator, a baridium power converter, and an axionic chip network. The axionic network gives the exocomp formidable computational power. The micro-replicator creates tools that the exocomp uses to solve problems, and creates new circuit pathways in the memory of the exocomp when it performs new tasks. Small, self-learning robotic life forms are assigned to the crew, equipping for all manner of problem solving. Huh. That sounds horrifying. Small, self-learning robotic life forms are assigned to the crew. Either cute or terrifying. Okay. Not gonna make any use of that. That's okay. I'm gonna pause you real quick. Alright, Hawking Orbital Science Center. Yeah, here's the trick though. What the fuck do I put in here? Because there are no planets here. We can't have an own planet, so we can't make trade depots. Shipyards? Maybe. Oh, I can make naval depots. Naval depots will raise our naval capacity. That could be good. More shipyards seem nice, but unnecessary. Shield generator, armor plating. Yeah, I think we go for naval depot here. Interesting. Hawking Observatory. This isn't the most efficient way to boost your naval capacity, but I'd rather be boosting our naval capacity than our capacity to make ships, because we're pretty good on that account. Pretty good. I can upgrade this. It's already upgrading. Okay. Scroll. Mike Stand, you were doing a lot of wiggling today. What did I do to you? I suppose I can unpause this. Just so we earn more minerals as I spend more minerals.
The aliens have formed a federation.
Let me guess. The Tholian Assembly joined the Sanguine Concord. I don't love that. What the fuck is the Sanguine Concord? You're in a coalition with the Cardassian Union. And if the Breen get in this, that is a gross coalition of xenophobes with me in the middle. Well, at least it's getting interesting. Credit where credit is due, the game is getting more complicated. That's not that weird of a game. Or weird of an idea. We could do something split screen. Alternatively, we could just have two different streams. Though that would be very hard to follow. Well, no, it wouldn't be that hard to follow. So at that point, that's essentially a podcast. Yeah.
Construction complete.
This is so much energy. How much more is this? 5 and upgrading. Wait. This produces 4? Power plant 4 produces 4. Upgrade to 5. Okay, so it's only a teeny tiny bit more energy, but it adds up, especially with multiplicative effects from structures like power hubs. The Zenkethi have entered into a defensive pact with the Zenkethi. Alright, well, you know, makes sense. Still not into the coalition, huh? Unfriendly attitude. How can we fix this? It's our claims against them, but we don't have claims against them. It's the goddamn Valyrian freeholds that do. So integrating the Valyrian freeholds is a way we could get the Zenkethi involved. Hey, we lost someone. Merrick Glover was an admiral. Damn, okay. We were already having admiral shortages. Rename the Venture 7, the Curie 9, or the Dawkins 9. Yeah, rename that in their favor. I Probably won't make use of it. Okay, lots of stuff upgrading. We still have a couple of fleet modifications to make. This is good. I suppose this can start moving north. Yeah, let's grab you and Sage. Go hang out in Jin. Figure out what to do from there. We have all of this we can be moving into, and should be moving into, and then we have this. The Borg are still eating someone? Right, you're invading the Vaadwaur. How's that going? So they've grabbed 4 systems, well 2 systems already, including the Vaadwaur homeworld. They're moving in to take a couple more. Mondragon, and Bayer are probably going to fall as far as Massaro. I'm kind of hoping... I'm saying that I'm kind of hoping the Kobali coalition down here take more worlds just to stave off the Borg. You are terrifying. Trouble in Paradise. Local political drama on Bannister Prime has resulted in increased support among a small group of rebels. Opposed to our underlying ethics, their increased support have enabled them to gain more power in the region and vote for their own causes with limited success. So we get 3 moving closer to militarism. Yeah, I do not care. Knock yourselves out. Be more militaristic. You'll change your ways. You'll change your mind. Just because I'm here, and mostly because I don't trust the AI to do it itself. Just gonna hop in here. Can I replace this with something more interesting? Possibly, but ooh, wait. We have one unexploited raw dilithium. It is in the Lambda Serpentis Prime system. I know because I intentionally put it in here. Let's pop into Drophane. How you doing? You're doing okay. Here, this can be replaced. It can be replaced with something better, though. Can I came in here to do something completely different. Alright, let's get out of there. I'll double back and fuck around with Lambda Serpentis Prime. So Drophane is, like, wrong. That's good. I guess go ahead and unpause so we can get more minerals. Power Hub, great. This should be a Paradise Dome. This is fine. This is great. 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 We're replacing that already. That's good. That's good. That's great. That's great. Okay, Drophane's not that bad. It was just one thing that could have changed. Dozaria Prime. Can I switch one of you out? Would love to. How are you doing on food? You are overproducing by 4. That is not a significant number for me to be able to cut anything down. Damn. 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 Okay, maybe I should go to one of these newer planets. All the way down here. Vega Prime. This isn't new. Ultimate Thule. You overproducing food. Nope, you were underproducing food. Yeah, the Borg have an interesting look to them right now, definitely, because for some reason they're not counting as the Borg species, they're counting as a variant to the Borg species. Interacting with the Borg is supposed to give you a unique interface where they quote the send you quotes from the movies, but something or a TV show, something happened to the Borg to make them act a little differently. I want to leave these 3 open. because I want to put stuff in them later on, but let's just pop down a dilithium refinery. That's fine. Trappist H, Trappist D. No. Fuck you. Quit building these. They're terrible. And should not be building them, Sector AI. It'd be nice if I could tell the Sector AI specifically, do not build this kind of building. This kind of building is not what I want from you. Do build other kinds of building, but do not do that kind. Are you overproducing food? You're way underproducing food. Where's all this excess food coming from? 8. I guess it's just in small amounts on planets like Taro, where they're overproducing by 9, but it can't cut anything out, so it'll have to stand. Clinical complex, no, gross, gross. Give me a heroic landmark and then upgrade that. Okay. Do you have a hospital? No. Good. Trappist, you do not have a hospital, but it's gonna build one. Trappist doesn't. Trinome, Sar Prime does not have a hospital. No hospitals. Do you have a hospital? You don't. You have the Governor Mansion, which is not being put to good use. Not being put to particularly good use. So this has a Bureau of Cultural Exchange, which I have been building instead. No, not instead. In addition to. Where's the other Union building? Ah, is it being built here? No. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. The other cultural buildings are actually better. Terra Nova. Looking fine. Tau Ceti Prime. Lots to be upgraded, but looking fine. No. Now get this garbage out of here. Give me a heroic landmark. Yep, you can't give me an academy, so give me a heroic landmark. Tau Ceti 4. Taro. Yep, that looks good. Struve. What? What happened here, game? There's definitely things you could have built. Well, you know, the AI might wait until the building is already occupied to build a building there. Or until the tile is already occupied before placing something there. That sort of makes a weird roundabout kind of sense. Because if you just have an empty building sitting around going unworked, then it's costing you upkeep and not producing anything. However, if you have a person on a tile and there's no building, well, at least they're working that tile, and you can wait until the building is ready. Yeah, that makes sense. The way they built this planet is not making very much sense, but that's okay. Alex to the rescue. That was Struve. Stozig. Okay, this is looking good so far. No problems on that line. No problems here. No problems there. Alright, no problem. Steelman Prime. I still love this name. I hate this building. But you can keep it, I guess. I don't know. I wish you wouldn't. Maybe if I queue up a lot of buildings, the game will back off from filling anything in there until it's absolutely sure it's ready. Maybe if I'm real lucky. Let's just have you produce food on this planet instead. Energy. There we go. Steelman. Springboard is fine. Sigma Draconis. It looks like there's some stuff to fill in here. This in particular. Paradise Dome. Great. Sigma Draconis 3. Yeah, dope. Sevilla Prime. Oh, I wish there were a way to just go into the game and say, anywhere where this building is built, demolish it. Do not build this building. Build something else instead. Demolish it. Wow, okay, I'm really short on minerals. Time flies. Money flies, I guess. Go ahead and unpause the game. But I would love for you people to keep making me science. Boop, 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 boop. Hopefully this will discourage the AI from building whatever it wants, but oh, I know that it won't. I'm dreading it because it means I have to come back in here again later and remodify it then. But yeah, that's the break. That's the game. Cancel division headquarters. I have no interest in that at all. Well, it's a good thing I popped in here when I did. There's probably better ways I could be using my time, but this is not a bad way. That's good. That's good. Great. Great. This way, I know that at least most of these tiles have been built correctly. There's going to be a few hospitals and a few police stations out of place, but, well, it's better than it would have been. Okay. Build. Click. There we go. Kudos to the Paradox team for making the autosave so... Oh, what is the word for this? So... modular? Granular? Granular is probably the right word. That you can change it from every month to every year to every 6 months to every 3 months. That's a very cool level of customization. The Husnock Ascendancy are in a defensive pact with the House of Osto. Fuck that. Okay. That's annoying. I don't even remember where we were. That was Rho Corona Borealis Prime. Yep. Radar 3. Ain't seeing any hospitals.
Colony established.
Fuck. Hey, guess what? Another colony. No.
Survey complete.
One more thing to go micromanage later. But Gem, these should all be good. And if they're not, well, I can deal with it later. Ooh, Mabu, you are way overproducing food. Like 17 overproducing food. I can cut one of these. I pick you. What do I want you to make instead? Science? Yeah, build a trading center. Hell yeah. Nine over, 3 over, 4 over. I'm checking how much they're producing food until I ran into something like Deneb Kaitos, where they're producing 32 more food than they need. Because that's just a waste of resources. Excess food doesn't help much. It really doesn't do much of anything for you. So it's best to instead divert those pops to doing something else. Okay, you will give us money for communications. Into that, you're 10 over, 12 over. Dawn might be... Ah, this can change. Great. So you're already producing lots of Unity. How about a trading center? That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. 34! Alpha Centauri Prime! Jesus Christ! That is so much food! Okay, this is, Oh, doing some math here. I don't think I can remove 3 of these. I can remove 2 of them. 12 and 12 is 24, but plus 11 is 35. So I guess the 2 11s can be switched out. A trading center and power plant? A mineral processing center is tempting, but I think a power plant. It's honestly the better way to go on that. Okay, alright, well, I'm glad I checked that. Made some small but important modifications. Also spent enough time doing that I have more minerals, but more than that, I have influence saved up that I can go put to better use. Now, why don't you go to Jin, just like the other one. Olmarok is mine. You go automatically explore. Where's the second fleet at? Yeah, you went to repair. Can you, my dude, rendezvous up in Shay? No, I probably could have accomplished what I wanted to accomplish up here in Noonan with, honestly, with 1 fleet. With 2 fleets, definitely. With 3 fleets, that's already overkill. Me sending all 6 fleets up there, that's a little masturbatory. Or gratuitous, maybe, but it's cool. Alright, we have better hulls for our ships. That's very cool. I can go for cheap tech here, but actually I don't care more about the other one, so yeah, let's go for tricobalt explosives. Tricobalt is a heavy, volatile element that is an effective explosive material. You don't need that comma after element is a heavy and volatile element. You can get rid of that first comma, replace it with and. Tricobalt is a heavy and volatile element that is an effective explosive material. And that's effective, not effective. Yeah, that's correct. The variety and effectiveness allows tricobalt to be utilized in many forms of explosives. Ooh. Reaction-based psychological evaluation. The violent stimuli and psychiatric processes associated with battle. I think psychiatric is wrong here. Psychological? Psychiatric. Psychiatric is relating to a mental illness or its treatment. Psychiatric disorder. I guess this might not be an incorrect word to use here. It's not the word I'd choose, but sure. Associated with battle are so far beyond what any normal being goes through that specific psychological evaluations can be designed in order to ensure soldiers do not freeze up or panic during battle. Alright, whatever. Army morale plus 20% is really good. So I will suspend disbelief in the interest of just taking advantage of that. Kelpian duchies are 21% complete. Nah, let's switch to high intensity. Try to get that over with as quickly as possible. So I don't think that we're in a position where we can produce another fleet. We can top these off, and we are, which will get us much closer to our naval capacity. I could probably produce a new fleet of smaller ships, but I recognize that we still have 1 unit of unprocessed dilithium. So once that is processed, that might make it so that we can furnish a new fleet. I also recognize that the black hole star bases that I'm making have been
construction complete.
I've plopped down structures on them to also expand our naval capacity, which might help as well. Just have to see what happens. Alright, you're building an orbital museum. That's delightful. Colonial Bureau, and then upgrade again. Upgrade. Upgrade. And you got it. Upgrade. Is it going to cost 7,000 upgrade? So we'll hold off on that. No, lots of very small ships trying to catch up with the fleets. I've moved up here. Once Noonan is cleared out, we might have a few systems we discover over in this direction to clear, but I don't think that'll be the case. Oh, Vodwar having a bad time.
Construction.
The Vodwar supremacy had made peace with the Borg Collective. White peace. Status quo. It's not really status quo when you lose your capital system and 2 other valuable colonies, but they saved Selenia. Selenia? That means the Borg is at peace. Are at peace. Have a truce with the Talaxian commonality? Really? The Talaxians didn't die. Good job. That's a Kazon that is not a Talaxian. Good job. I'm actually impressed. You did. It could have been worse. So the Karemen are continuing to be occupied by the Tarogan. They've taken Kuril. Dominion hasn't started back at war. Marinara sauce doesn't strike me as something very swimmable. Seems kind of thick for that. It's like filling a swimming pool full of gelatin. It sounds chunky and very, very unpleasant, like trying to swim through mud.
Construction complete.
Fuck. So the reason that the Tholians, Cardassians, and Breen are buddying up with one another is because we've expanded our fleet capacity. They've gotten a modifier with each other that we can't see called mutual threats. Oh no, there it is. Mutual threats. We get 153 out of it, but the bigger the threat is, the bigger that number gets. Inversive tachyon sensor rate. Okay, that's cool and all, but really I want modulated phaser 4, so I'm gonna go with modulated phaser 4, and maybe it'll stick this time and the game won't crash. I remember yesterday, every time I clicked on this, the game crashed. It should be fine. Yeah, a swimming pool full of Pop-Tarts would just be like a swimming pool full of bread or gravel or something like that. You can't swim through that. You would just sit on top of it. Hell yeah, give me more science. Give me more science. Scroll, 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 scroll.
Anomaly detected.
The Baron and Lifeless were up. Yep, another colonizable. Excuse you? You just. Ah! How? How did this get surveyed? How? The Walter Raleigh's all the way over here, but it just surveyed this random moon in the Laplante system. Okay, no, fine. I'm confused, but that's fine. This is... We can get the Gantt system. Monahan, I'm way more interested in, however it is you pronounce that. Gonna try to fill this in and then make a jump up here if we can. Hopefully the auto survey keeps surveying in the direction I want. If we start running up against the Rebel system, Rebber system, if we start running up against unexplored systems, I can hunt down science ships to put to work. That should be totally doable. Alright, now we have 2 fleets in the Shea system. 3 in the Shea system. That should be plenty. Yeah, this should be fine. I'm just gonna have all of them selected. Go here. This should be massive overkill. Massive amounts of overkill. Leader or no leader.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
The Pirate Haven. The 4th Fleet reports that the fleet has encountered a significant pirate presence in the Noonan system, judging by preliminary scans of the immense ships and the stations harboring them. This is a historical pirate port. It's like we've been in uninterrupted operation since whatever ancient era it was that first spawned these thieving buddies. Yeah, this should go fine. We might actually lose a couple of ships here. This has 20 battleships in it, or cruisers. 20 is a sizable number. And the 4th Fleet is taking a heavy beating. We're seeing the Defiant 2 is gone. Yep, there's our first heavy escort death. RIP. Oh, well, no worthy occasion. We've lost 2 now. Well, by the time this is over, we're likely to lose 2 to 4 more. Oh. Oh, this is just a Titan. Okay. The Galleon Motion Tablet. Is this a Titan, or is this just a battleship? This is just a battleship class. These count as cruisers. Right. Okay, so in total we lost 2 heavy escorts. That's it. Not that bad. All things told, that's not so bad. So I'm gonna go survey this so we can grab it. You go back to base. You repair fleet. You repair fleet. You go to whatever station you can. You go home. You repair fleet. Alright, you're done here in Omarak. The Clark 8 is gone. House of Osto are now in a defensive pact with the Romulan Star Empire. So you like you, you like you, you like you. That's seeming like a coalition. I don't love it, but that seems to be what's happening there. Hop in a fleet manager, we can fix up the 4th fleet. A little bit, anyway. Oh no, all the way? You're just missing 2 ships? That 3rd must be already rendezvousing with you. Nah. But we still have the Defiant. The original Defiant. 330 experience. Damn, experience accrues very slowly. I wonder if it's just a set amount gained per ship destroyed, or something like that. Sort of makes sense. But
Technology
I'm
discovered.
I'm curious how that works. The Shiliak Corporate have joined the Interspecies Medical Exchange Program. Took your sweet time doing so. We have a tech to finish. Army morale is better. Nano repair bot injectors. Advances in nanotechnology have allowed us to equip our mobile repair units with nano repair bots. They're able to repair and rebuild any damaged system on the molecular and even atomic level. This would create a aura, increasing daily hull and armor regeneration. Those might be things worth looking into. I haven't been very excited by them in the past, but if we want to field our fleets for extended periods, might be worth thinking about. Alright, well, I don't have a next mission for them. Not unless there's bullshit to clear out up here, and it does look like there's a little bit. Magnetic disruption. The strong magnetic field around Banilos Prime has always caused some problems with electronic instruments on the surface, but recently the effect on our computers has been especially notable. Not so. So far, it's unknown what has caused this flare-up, although we suspect it to be temporary. Well, in the meantime, let me award you with some buildings. Very kind of me, I know.
Construction complete.
And food. There we go.
Construction complete.
I'm amazed that the Borg aren't going to war with the Dominion, just given how weakened the Dominion seem to be. Well, let's hope it doesn't happen. Let's hope the Borg just decide to sit there and self-contain and not cause anyone any problems ever again. So I don't have to be the one to contain them. Not likely. Not likely. So each of these fleets takes up about 220 naval capacity. That means I can't afford to field another one. Can't afford to field even half of another one. Maybe eventually, just not right now. Breen have broken off their non-aggression pact with the Zenkethi. Sorry, buddy.
Yes.
How's this war going for you? 81% exhaustion. Part of the defender. I'm surprised it's only 81, given how much has been occupied.
Survey complete. Construction complete.
Try cobalt explosives. Do these make our mines better? Ah, yeah, they're better versions of the mine.
Technology
Ah,
discovered.
minefields may very well be good. I just haven't found a way to use them yet. Might as well go for a subspace shifted thruster array. Long-forgotten experiment in multispatial sensor technology might prove to be revolutionary for stealth thrusters. It was found that graviton fields can be made to push active sensor beams into subspace. This can be adopted for pushing thruster plasma exhaust into subspace. The sensor signature of our ships will drop dramatically. Might even be able to begin using hot plasma exhaust. Make ship go fast. Increased dodge chance. Although, sticking those into our Defiance might mean that we start having energy problems. In fact, we're going to have energy problems anyway because I need to plop in these new cannons, and holy shit, look at how much power these need. Giving new per game reactors not going to make a difference, huh? Yeah, I'm going to have to switch over to advanced fusion reactors, and even that's not going to be enough. Could switch over to something using less power down here, but I'd really prefer not to. I can't even see the side. There we go. Yeah, I guess I could. Huh. So power is a problem. Well, that's canon for this ship type, isn't it? Wait a minute. God damn it. That was with a non-transwarp drive. You done scared me, game. You done spooked me. Means we can have all per game reactors. That means our damage output might drop. Okay, let's back out of here. So damage output is 147. Switching in all these new phaser cannons gets that up to 157. Then replacing this EPS relay with a per game reactor makes that drop to 150. But the ship works. The ship works. I could replace the Dervish device with Temporal Spitfire. This increases fire rate by 18%. Our damage would be unaffected. Really? Really? 782.42.9. 782.42.9. So it seems like the Dervish device bonus or the Temporal Spitfire bonus isn't actually taken into account when calculating the damage. Special values, sensor range. Huh. Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. Well, it seems with less guns, I would rather them fire more rather than do more damage. But that would also require that I switch this per game reactor over to an advanced fusion reactor. If I'm going to do that, I'd rather wait until we get the next level of reactor. So we're building Defiance, so I can't update them. Right. Okay, well, something to keep in mind 220 days from now. It's almost a year from now. Just down the road a little bit. We are about at an hour. I'm gonna keep streaming for probably about another hour, maybe more. Depends on how I'm feeling and where we're at that point. But if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, that means that I'm gonna put in a cut here. So stop by again tomorrow. Till then, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, all that silly social engagement stuff. Till then, toodaloo, take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.